Phil Mercantilli joining us from the Wyoming Seminary swim team. And Phil, great group of young men and women with this year's team. Let's talk about having a lot of talent this year.
Yeah, we have a lot of new kids came on board this year. We have an exchange student from Spain, and just everything kind of meshed really well this year to give us kind of this perfect mix of different strokes and different specialties, and everything kind of comes together really well. And we've our kind of record speaks for itself right now. I mean, we've not lost a meet, which is hopefully that continues. But we've been breaking records every meet and doing better than I probably would have thought at the beginning of the season.
Nice on paper to say, okay, this is what we have. But then they got to go out and perform, and they got to put in the work. And a guy like yourself, you got a pretty good coach that works with you. I think the two of you know what you're doing.
Yeah. My wife is the assistant coach, and we just had a baby 5 months ago, so we have a new addition. So it's been interesting trying to kind of work him into all of the things that we have to do as coaches. On the plus side, we live on campus at Wyoming Seminary, so it helps that whole transition from classroom teaching, because I teach. My wife is a guidance counselor, a college counselor, and then we live, between the pool and where we work. We basically live, so it's like a 2-minute walk, and that helps. But it's the two of us. It's been a thing, and it's been fun working with the kids and having some of them live on campus with us. And I think that's helped us to get them there and get them working for a couple hours a day. Sometimes it gets tedious otherwise.
I guess he's in the pool already, probably floating or whatever, right?
Well, we got him in Labor Day at my in-laws' house. They have a nice saltwater pool that's warm, but we haven't took him in the Sem pool yet because it's a little chilly, and he's not. I don't know if he's ready for that one yet.
All right, let's go through some of the guys as far as some of the records that are being broken and trying to get that right mix on maybe some of the relays and different things. It seems like you have a little bit of a variety of choices that you could go with, right?
Right. We have a new sprinter in who's broken our 50 freestyle record and a couple different pool records in the area. We've got, like I mentioned, a Spanish exchange student who is a very good breaststroker, and he's allowed us in the medley relay to break a lot of those records. In our, the very first meet this year, we broke our school record and the pool record. The pool we were swimming at down in northern New York, so we were a couple hours away. But between the couple of them, we've been able to, break our own pool records, our own school records, and then at the different pools we're going to, we're breaking records there as well. And like I said, that the jumble of all the different new kids we got in this year has allowed us to do that.
And that bond, this group seemed pretty tight last year, talking to them. Again, a tight bond to kind of push each other, both the girls and the guys. It's always great when you see that with the swimmers.
Yeah, we did. We actually did a lot of stuff this year specifically to kind of foster that a little bit, because we knew we had a lot of new blood, and we wanted to bring them in quickly and get them into that kind of family atmosphere where everybody's relying on each other, and that way we are able to achieve more than we would have otherwise. We did a trip to the Penguins. We went to a Penguins game. We've done meals out all the time over the winter when we're training our hardest. We're going to lunch between double practices and all that kind of stuff, and then we hang out for a little while that way. And it's been really fun, on top of rewarding as far as what they've been able to achieve so far.
And a bunch of dryland stuff as well.
Yeah, we do about an hour a day. So, they do the 2 hours in the pool, and then we get out, and it's probably their least favorite part of it all, but I push them to do it because I know, and I think they know deep down that it's going to get them better, even if they are swimmers at heart and want nothing to do with dryland.
Some of the most dedicated athletes, I think, are swimmers, and a lot of it goes unnoticed, under the radar. Not a whole lot of press a lot of times, but these kids are grinding right now and really having a successful season.
Yeah, and I think because we're doing as well as we are, it makes it fun, and it may hurt in the moment, but an hour later, after you've kind of recovered a little bit, they've that's out of their head, and they just remember kind of the fun, breaking records and having fun with each other, and basically winning all these meets, and that kind of stuff helps as well.
We appreciate you coming out tonight to Arcaro Genell. Tara Kupski joining me here on the John Mendola Show at Arcaro Genell. And Tara, let's talk about your team this year at Wyoming Seminary. Boy, an awful lot of talent.
Mm-hmm. We had a lot of new swimmers coming in, but really we didn't lose any talent. It was really that the new people were adding to it instead of the older people, like my sister who graduated. We didn't really lose anything. We were really adding on to last year.
tough training. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Coaches push you, but you know that you're getting their best and they're trying to get their best out of you. So talk about a typical day and going through the grind.
Usually we rely a lot on each other as teammates because it's gonna get really hard. Like when you're mid-set and I get really worked up, then mentally it's really hard. But we rely on each other to really take off the stress, and yeah, it helps a lot when you have your friends right next to you doing the same thing as you.
Let's talk about some of those events you compete in, and right now, what's your kind of one you're saying, okay, that's my best event?
Probably 200 IM. I like that event a lot. I did it at Districts and States last year, and I've kind of been trying to work on some of the legs, like backstroke, getting that leg of the race a little faster, but so far we haven't really had that many chances. I had maybe 1 or 2 chances to swim it, but so yeah.
So one sister graduated, another sister you're swimming with.
Yeah, Paige graduated last year, and April actually came up this year, so yeah.
What's it like for the family kind of get out there and see the swimmers and say, okay, they're after it again, they're doing it?
It's really fun, honestly. I thought it would be different to have April because she's younger than me, but really it's the same. Like, it's always fun. It's great to have someone there with me the whole time where I get to go home with them too, like away from the team. But it's really like having my best friend with me.
How about being a student at Wyoming Seminary? Quite challenging, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How do you balance that? Saying, okay, I really got to push myself in the classroom. I got to really push myself in swimming. I'm sure it gets trying at times, as you say.
Yeah, it's really just about time management for me, where when I have downtime, it's really about managing the time and not putting off too many things where I know I have a meet tomorrow or like practices. It's just about balancing my time, really.
Talk about balance as far as fun. And maybe it's, with the swimmers, with your other friends, just trying to say, hey, I want to go to the movies. I have 2 hours here, I want to get to the movies.
Yeah, well, I mean, having my best friends on the team is a plus because I really don't have to go anywhere to hang out with them. I can see them at practice. But I get to see my other friends during school, and I do have a lot of free time, although it seems like swimming is really time-consuming. I do have free time.
Well, we wish you continued success in the pool, outside the pool at Wyoming Seminary, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
May Snow joining us from the Wyoming Seminary swim team. And May, let's talk about it. It's your senior year. You must be having a good time with this group of student athletes at Wyoming Seminary.
Yeah, this year I feel like it's been one of the best years so far. I feel like this year we are so much more connected than we've ever been before. And just the atmosphere on the entire team, it's just better than any other year before.
Being at Wyoming Seminary for quite a number of years now. Let's talk about how many years have you put into SEM?
A lot more than I could really think of. I've been here since 6th grade. I moved in middle school and just worked my way up.
And talk about the kind of, going to the school at middle school and then seeing, okay, now I'm going to be in 7th grade. Now here you are, 10th grade, you say, okay, I'm going to give swimming a shot. What was that like?
Well, starting out, I've never really been swimming my life, so I just knew how to swim and nothing more than that. And then I know then some of my friends in 8th grade, they were going and knowing that they wanted to be on the team. So then it kind of just sparked my interest. And then freshman year, I met a few great people who were on the team. They're like, oh, you should just try it. And so then I said, okay. And then sophomore year, I tried it. And then it turned into one of the best parts of my life.
You talk about hanging out with these other boys and girls on your team and kind of getting to know a little bit more about them. There's an awful lot of work that goes into the pool. But then I guess it could be rewarding when you have a night like this and say, hey, let's just hang out and talk a little bit and just have some fun.
Yeah, instead of just being friends, I now consider them a second family. It's a bit of a weird second family, but I love them nonetheless. We've grown so much together because all of the practices, they're hard. And then over Christmas break, we always have doubles practices, which is kind of tough, but then it turns into a giant day of team bonding, and it's just amazing. And then we really get to know each other, like inside and out of the pool with everything going on.
Let's talk about some of the events you compete in and which one you feel like is your best event.
I feel like my best event is the 100 fly right now. The past few years I haven't even done fly, but then this year my coach was just like, hey, try it out. So then I did, and it's become one of the hardest ones, but it's become one of the ones I love the most.
How about the coaches, husband-wife combo? What's it like to kind of learn a little bit about them and say, okay, we know we're going to get this out of this coach. We know this coach is going to tell us this.
I love the dynamic of it because it really makes us feel like a giant team. Like they feel like our second parents sometimes, and then the entire team atmosphere is just so much better with both of them. There's so much love on the team too, and then just everyone working together. So we always know that Jenna, our coach's wife, she is always just our mother figure. She's always caring for us, and I mean they both care for us so much. And then Phil Mercatelli, our main head coach, he's always the one who's always pushing us harder, and he always gives us like great advice like whenever we need, and we know that we can go to them for both advice for swimming and advice in life.
Who's the babysitter here on the team? Does somebody have to babysit their little boy?
I feel like all of us have kind of chipped in. So during dryland, if we finish our dryland early, we'll ask to see the baby, and then we just take care and make faces, and then we just become toddlers ourselves.
But the importance of your family that helped you. Talk a little bit about the support that you get.
My family has been very supportive. We've been going through a bit of a tough time my sophomore year. Although swimming, I feel like that really brought our family more together because it was all just a common thing that we could all love. My parents, when they come to the game, to the matches, then they always cheer, and then I always see them, and it just gives me a bit of an extra energy boost.
And for you, your future endeavors, you kind of have an area. It's unusual. Some people say, hey, listen, I want to be here. You're just not sure of the school, but New York City seems like the next stop for you.
Oh, yes. So my love for New York City has been very prevalent throughout my entire life. And so I've been accepted to a few different colleges. I just haven't committed yet. I'd probably go in business undecided with a minor in dance or something around that area.
That sounds pretty darn interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. Continued success.
Thank you.
Connor DeLeo joining us from the Wyoming Seminary Blue Knights swim team. And Connor, let's talk about the event you're competing in this year and give us that best event.
My best event is probably right now the 100 freestyle, but I'm mostly swimming freestyle events, the 200 and the 50, but my favorite one's definitely the 100.
You guys got some real talent on this year's team. Let's talk about some of the dynamics of this year's team.
Yeah, this year's team's pretty special, in my opinion. We have a broad skill level from really high to beginners, and we all like to help each other to push each other forward.
We'll talk about getting a student athlete from Spain. That was a nice shot in the arm, and really he's blazing it pretty good.
Yeah, like I said earlier, he really pushes us as well to do our best, and it's really fun working with him as an athlete.
But the coaching staff, husband, wife, and getting everybody on the same page, seems like there's really just it's a special group of people.
Yeah, there's definitely a special bond between everyone, like the coaches to athletes. We're almost like friends. We spend a lot of time with each other, and we all generally like each other.
Dryland training, coach said, listen, kids don't really like it that much, but we got to do it. You're seeing the results, though, with the overall performance, correct?
Yeah, it's of course something that we don't like to do the most, but it has to be done, and we end up doing it.
How about the studies there at Wyoming Seminary? Talk about the hours you're putting in, and I'm sure there's some late nights.
There definitely is. You always learn how to do it. Like when I first came to SEM, it was hard to balance work and athletics, but as the years went on, I got the hang of it, and then you eventually find your way of how to do it.
Being a captain, being a leader, what's that mean to you? When I was a freshman, I always looked up to the captains, so I'm glad that I have that opportunity to do that to the freshmen this year. Overall future endeavors, let's talk about what you're thinking about at that next level.
For athletics or for education?
Either.
Well, I plan on swimming in college, either at Elizabethtown or Susquehanna University. I haven't really decided yet. And I plan on majoring in computer science.
Two great academic institutions, so you can't lose with either of those.
Yeah.
Talk about what you kind of like about either of them right now, and then when that decision will finally come.
They're both very welcoming. They'll welcome me to try to get me to go to their school. and the coaches are, for the swimming part, the coaches are very nice, and I met with the teachers, and they're all very welcoming, and the admission staff, everyone's just super nice.
So it sounds like you got great choices to make. As far as the support you get at home, tell us a little bit about having that support, saying, okay, hey, you got to get this done academically. I'm sure they kind of put it on you, saying it's on you now at this point.
Yeah, my parents have always pushed me to go academics first before athletics, and I feel like it should.
You got a bright future ahead of you. We wish you the best through the month of February and possibly into March as well.
All right, thank you.
Matt Bean with us from the Wyoming Seminary swim team. And Matt, let's talk about your career at Wyoming Seminary. What's it like? Here it is, senior year already.
Yeah, it's gone by pretty quickly. I know a lot of people say that, but it definitely has, especially swimming for 4 years.
Let's talk about getting out of the pool and getting great hair like that. That's pretty hard to do as well, huh?
Yeah, after practice.
You guys put in a lot of hours with practice. Talk about the schedule that you have and being able to meet those demands.
Yep, yeah, we definitely have a pretty rigorous schedule going in every day, 5 days a week, or 6 days a week actually. Getting in there every day. We all work hard. It's great to have a team, the support system we have, us every day pushing each other.
What the events that you compete in and which one are you kind of doing a little better in?
Yeah, my individuals, I typically compete in the 100 fly, 100 back, and then the 200 medley relay and 400 free relay. My 100 back is usually my prime.
Let's talk about some of the members of the team that aren't here today. You could say, hey, Jimmy's doing pretty good, or Sarah. Take us through a couple of swimmers that you've seen improve really a lot this year.
Connor, absolutely. He's here with us. We just talked to him. I'm totally proud of all of our relays. Everyone on our team, really. We've seen tremendous growth throughout everyone. Whether you come in as a freshman here or you've been here for 4 years, everyone's seen tremendous growth.
Overall, for you talk about being a student athlete at Wyoming Seminary. What's that mean to you to kind of take it in and say, okay, I was able to accomplish this? Still got X amount of months to go, but it's a lot of weight, I'm sure, that you're carrying, saying, okay, I'm ready for college at this point.
Yep, absolutely. It's very demanding, especially with the academics at our school, balancing practice, meets with your studies, and it's just something you have to keep up with, and you go into your sport knowing that this is what your life's going to be like and this is how it's going to go.
Let's talk about that next level for you. What's your thought process on the next level for you? You have that set yet?
Possibly. Next year I'm going to be going to American University in Washington, D.C. It's a Division I school. I'm figuring out whether I'm going to swim there or not.
And what do you like about American University? Talk about the major you're thinking about taking.
Business major, probably. It's a fantastic school and a fantastic location. I'm very excited to go there. You can take a diverse amount of classes. Great.
Sounds like a fun future, that's for sure. As far as kind of leaving your mark at SEM, whether it's in the pool or academically, you still got some stuff to do there. What are you hoping to do between now and the end of May?
Absolutely. We're looking forward to districts. That's always been our goal throughout the whole time, districts and states. Looking forward to that. We all have our own individual goals and team goals that we're looking to meet.
Well, we wish you well in your future endeavors. We thank you so much for coming out to Arcaro Genell.
Thank you.